Hello everyone, welcome to another one of Ruru's Reviews, and today we'll be looking at Max Factory's Figma Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is the product of a 20th anniversary kind of thing, as is evidenced on the box. It's a very nice and stylized box, and the figure's not inside because I've already taken it out and played with it. On the side we have Yugi pointing at you in disgust. On the back we get the product specs and all the poses you can get him into, and some text that I don't know because I don't read Japanese. On the side, another image of Yugi, and on the top, another picture of Yugi, and on the bottom, another picture of Yugi. No, not much of the box, but it is nice nonetheless. Now let's take a closer look at the figure inside. And here is Figma Yugi out of its packaging, looking very nice and detailed. He has very nice colors, and he is very show accurate. But before we look at his articulation and closer look at the figure, let's take a look at some of the accessories that he comes with. He comes with a Figma bag, which is standard for Figma figures. Very good, very helpful. He comes with a Figma base and a Figma stand. Again, a standard for Figma figures. Very nice joints. Very cool. He comes with a jacket so that he can wear it like a cape, just like in the show. He comes with a whole rack of hands that you can switch with a variety of poses for drawing a card, declaring an attack, all that jazz. He comes with an alternate face, looking up or certain direction, and he also comes with a separate pair of eyes so that you can switch directions of where you want him to look. And I'll just demonstrate how that works really quick. If I can get it off, you just pull the eye out, very freaky, and then you have an eyeless Yugi. You want to make him look possessed, and then you can just switch it out with one of the other eyes. Simple as that. And you just plug that in. Now he's looking the other way. Very strange, but very cool nonetheless. He also comes with his famous dual disc. Nicely detailed. Fairly detailed. It doesn't have a life point counter, unfortunately. And it has a deck and very nice paint apps on it. I wish there was the yellow little lights here so that it can replicate him putting a card on. And like little lights here would be cool too, but you can't expect much from a Figma figure. He comes with a whole hand of cards. Oop, don't drop them because they're very small and very easy to lose. They've got little printed detail, but not much. And then here are the cards themselves, back looking, and as you can see, they're very, very tiny. And he comes with just one card, again, really small. Yep. And finally, he comes with his Millennium puzzle, which is pretty nicely detailed. I always wanted to have a replica of it, but they don't have any good ones out. And this chain feels metal, but I think it's plastic. Yeah. A problem with this is that the little thing that holds the chain makes it so that it always looks this way when it's forward on the actual figure, so it's always looking like this. You can't have it facing like this, but if you move it just a little bit, it'll just go straight back to looking like this. That's a shame, but just a small complaint. And let's just bring in Yugi and take a closer look at his articulation and features. For his head, there's a ball joint, full range of motion. He can tilt a little bit. And just really quick, in order to change the faces, you just pull the hairpiece off. You got to be very careful with that. Now he looks like that guy from Hunter x Hunter. And then you just take his face off. I'm not gonna do it because it takes forever to put back on, but you get the idea. There you go. He's got he can move his arm in and out. There's a little joint, little piece, it's kind of like an armpit joint that lets him move front and back, and it lets him move out a little more. But that's as much as you can get him out, unfortunately. He's got a 90-degree elbow bend, and he's got a ball joint on the hand or the wrist, but he can only rotate. Can't really go. He can do it a little bit, but I would not do it a lot. His waist is on a ball joint, and his legs can go up that much only. Any more, and the whole torso would pop off because there's 3 ball joints connected together. So if you move, and they're very close together, and if you move this up, his whole torso will fall off. So just don't move him more than this. Don't put a lot of pressure onto his leg. And he can move back a fair bit, and he can split pretty good actually. And he's got a 90-degree knee bend, and his feet can go up and down, and that's pretty much it. He can do a little bit of a pivot on his foot, so the articulation is not that great, but you know, there's really nothing you can do about that. And in order to put on his dual disc, you just take this piece off. They say clearly in the instructions to apply hot water so that it's easier to pop off. So I did, and it took forever, but I can finally pop this part off without it being too hard. And then you can just put on his dual disc. A nice clicking noise, and it's on. And while I'm at it, I can just add another hand. I'll add his card holding hand. And you can put his cards in his hand so that it looks like he's holding, you know, a hand full of cards. They kind of fit loosely on his hand, so getting them to stay on is kind of hard. Nope. Alright, they're kind of on. Nice, looks like he's holding a hand. And to put on this Millennium puzzle, just pop his head off. That was scary. And then just put it on. And then just put his head back on. Again, that was really scary because the joints are kind of weak on this figure. And then you can also put on his cape. There's a peg right here, and there's a peg in the back of on his back. And you can just plug that in, and now the King of Games is ready to duel. Oh, his hand fell off again. It's kind of hard to have him standing with the jacket because it's so top heavy, but with some judicious pulling and moving of his joints, you can get him to stand straight. Oh. There you go. All in all, very good figure. The price, though, is what pretty much detracts me from recommending this to anyone because it was very expensive. It was $80+. So I'll let you decide whether or not you want it. It's really nice. It looks good on your shelf, and it's very detailed. Maybe if you can find it cheaper than that, I'd say go for it. But that's pretty much my review. Very nice figure, And thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Good heavens, look at the time.